Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and I have another one of my K.I.S.S videos. Keep it simple, sweetie. And I think this is going to be a fun one. So, one of the things that I struggle to do when I'm making my journals is to not have everything at the bottom of a journal, to put more stuff as uptucks near the top to balance the gator mouth out. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to make some uptucks. And what I thought of would be to make some uptucks out of like envelopes. Now I don't really have a ton of envelopes. I just happen to have this one, which was part of my Who's Got Mail that I've collected. And so I thought you could just take one of these and just kind of end up ripping it to make an uptuck. So now this has, two layers because it is an envelope. And you could go ahead and glue it together. Probably should have a piece of paper underneath here, but and put that and use that for an uptuck. But I don't have a lot of envelopes like this, so I thought, well, let's try to make some of our own, which I think is totally reasonable to do. So if you want to make some uptucks with that look like corners of envelopes, I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so you don't need too many supplies to make these. They are pretty straightforward. So what I have is I have my two sets of stamps. I've got my Tim Holtz rainbow color stamps, and then I've got a book of stamps that I bought a couple years ago on Etsy, where you could buy like 1,000 stamps, and I have a ton of them. So I got that, and then I do have one of my sets of, come on, don't fall off. One of my sets of cancellation circle stamps, as well as I've got two different of those wavy cancellations. I've got more. I didn't just pull them all out. I just want to, again, keep it simple. So I just pulled one of the sets out that had a variety of things like that. So I'll be able to use those. And then I took regular, thicker white cardstock. Now, if you wanted to make different colored envelopes, you could do that. I just thought white was a great basis to start, and I had this pile of white cards laying around. They are a random size. They started out to be approximately 6.5 by almost 4.5. So what I did was I just folded them half and cut them in half to make pieces that were just a little bit smaller. So we're just going to go ahead and trim that. So we end up with pieces that are about 3.25 by 4.5. So again, random. They could be any size that you wanted. So then I took the white card and I just ripped it from a diagonal to diagonal to give the illusion of a corner of an envelope. Now the only downside about this process is they always got to be this way to look like real envelopes. So you have the stamp in the corner, but when you rip the cardstock, as long as it's white and white, you get two pieces. So nice and easy to get a whole bunch really quickly mass made. We got that one, and they don't have to be even. Because again, you're ripping envelopes. They can be any way you want. All right, so we'll get this last one done. All right, so the next thing I did for these is I did end up, and again, optional, I did end up rounding this corner just to make it a little easier. And then if I saw that it ended down like this, I did finish ripping it, because if the envelope went farther out, you wouldn't have a straight line there, because that would be the end of the envelope. So let's go ahead and trim a couple of these. That probably would just be easier. I need to do it quickly and do more than one at a time, but it's not actually helping. But again, optional. I just think it takes the edge off. It makes it look a little less new. All right, so just gonna make sure each of them doesn't look like it was the end of an envelope. All right, and last one. All right, the other thing I did is I took my new ground espresso, just extra oxide, and I just went around these just to age them out a little bit. Again, just a optional thing to do. I think it just frames it a little bit though. The other thing you can do is if you think the envelope took a little bit of a rough ride, you can fold it and ink that little part that sticks up. That's what's fun about kind of being rough when you ink, is you can give yourself those rough marks. What's nice about a new ink pad is I never had to redab the ink for this to do these. Okay, so we have just a whole bunch of Uptuck corners that we can play with. Okay, so let's find some fun stamps. And I don't really care where they come from. I just didn't pick ones that were too big. That's all. That's a pretty purple. Let's use that one. And who is that? Okay. I see somebody looks like Hitler right there. Don't want to put that one out. That's got some buildings on it. That's fun. And how many do I have left? 2. All right. Do that one, and I don't have too many pink labels left, so let's go to the brown. Okay, all right. I didn't grab any of them out of here. Fine, I was on a roll with those. No reason why I didn't grab them to do that. So yeah, I think the only thing I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna switch this one with this one, because this one looks a little bigger than this one. Otherwise, I think they're pretty good. All right, so I'm going to move this over, oops, so we can use that to glue it down. All right, so simple gluing. These stamps are real, so they're pretty thin. Whoops. So they shouldn't have a problem getting stuck on. Put them slightly at an angle is always fun, because you know, I know about you, but I don't always put stamps on straight when I do stamps, so in real life. So yeah, so this is definitely a fun, easy project, as well as you could really stock up on these for sure. Now, if you've ever made like fake stamps, those would be fun to use. Make your own stamps. Put those in the corner. Make your own. You can always find digitals of stamps if you can't find regular stamps. That could be an option. So lots of different ways to do this. Okay. All right, so we are glued. So now the rest is just stamping. And I am going to use my VersaFine Clair Morning Mist. It's not quite black. It's a little lighter than black, so it can look a little bit older. I have used, there's a gray in the Tim Holtz one that I've used quite often too, but this was on my desk. So there we go. All right, let's spread these back out again, and I'm going to do, how many do I have? I have 8. So maybe do 2 of each, separate them. I mean, if you really want to mass make them quickly, you could do, you know, all 8 on the same stamp. So all right, pull these off. Make sure you can see London on the top for these. All right, so this one looks kind of London-y. Let's do that. And you look kind of London-y. And there is a second mark on there too, but I am not worried that it's going to contradict it, because something could be stamped twice. Let's see, what do we got here? New York. Let's do some New Yorks. All right, let's do that one. Most of these are foreign stamps. 2 of those, and let's see. How about some triangles? That would be kind of fun for that one. That's a little different. And let's see, this one is Washington. I think I want another sort of Paris. This one's little. Let's do Paris. All right. Paris is upside down. All right, that one and that one. Okay, now we'll do the watermark, or the cancellation mark, not a watermark. And a lot of these have, like this one has a watermark on there, but I'm just going to add a little so it goes on top. In different spots. And okay, cancellation marks are done. Okay, and last but not least, I did pull my Tim Holtz correspondence stamps. I had these out from before, and I was thinking about putting this little bit extra on here too. All right, handle with care. Put that there. All right, let's do that one. All right, so we got the handle with care. Now let's find an airmail one. That could be kind of fun. And I do have the arrow with airmail. Goes that way. Airmail. All right, and this one I'm gonna stamp it off a little bit because it got ripped right there. And I do have the words airmail. These could be kind of fun. All right. Brazil's airmail. And we'll do the same with this one. Have it come off a little bit. Fun. All right. I don't have to put extra on each of them. I think I'm just missing those two. And I do have this one, Par Avion. Upside down. upside down. Oh, I have that one stamped down there. Okay, we'll call that done then. Okay, I'd say we're done. I know you would think, that's it? That's it. All right, so let's take and just show how it works. I was going to take, these are the ones I did earlier, and I think this one would go great in my Who's Got Mail journal. So, getting ready to add all the pockets to everything. I got those tucked in, and you're upside down. All right. Went to the last signature. That would be kind of pretty there. I think I like that one. I think I like this plainer one. Add a little bit of something to it. That's a middle page. Don't want to cover the curl up. Yep, all right, let's do the, let's do that one. Oops, grab the wrong one. Yeah, let's do that one. All right, so we're just gonna, like I said, it's gonna be an uptuck, so let's just glue the top and the side. I could have added this when I do the pockets for this weekend's Who's Got Mail video, but just wanted to get that in there. And so yeah, so an uptuck, like something like this. This is probably not just happened to be sitting on my desk. But yeah, fun place for a little uptuck. Push it in farther, but I don't want to get glue on it. This is from the last video where I did letters. I went and did some more. I did a couple upward, I did some upward ones as well as the ones I did sideways. So if you haven't seen that stamp video, that was a fun thing to work on. But yeah, so a nice little place for an uptuck. I love it. Okay, well that is going to be it for me today. I hope you like that idea, and we'll hopefully try to do something on your own. But you definitely can make a whole bunch really quickly, which is definitely a great thing to do. You know, if you're looking for something quick to do, there you go. Keep it simple, sweetie. I love it. Okay, that is going to be it for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you that stopped by, and as usual, I hope you all have a lovely and wonderful creative day. Bye now.